And welcome and CEO at Geltrude Business Technology Solutions, Michael Geltrude. Michael, good morning. Okay, so commodity crop prices are estimated to drop by 5% next year and then an additional 2% in 2026. Cargill is the country's largest private company. So they are really a big middleman when it comes to distributing things like grains and meat. So they reported their profits fell in the fiscal year that ended in May, a whopping $2.5 billion. So they're going to lay off 8,000 people. But then I was a little confused because on the other side of that, in June, they announced they're opening this big hub in Atlanta and hiring 400 engineers and tech people. Do you expect more layoffs when it comes to this company or hiring in different departments like the tech department?
I think it's really important to take a second and talk about how Cargill generates their revenue. As you mentioned, they're the largest private company in the United States, and they operate in the commodity industry. So their revenue is directly tied to the price of commodities and the market itself. But here's the thing, they've already committed to a lot of expenses into the future. So as revenue goes down because the market is going down and expenses remain the same, that means the profit's going to go down, and they have to look out for their investors and their internal employees. So the layoffs may be necessary here. It's a tough decision, but if we look at where the market is going and all the projections, we may see a 7% decrease in prices over the next 2 years. So it's a tough decision, but I think we're going to see more layoffs coming.
Yeah, I'll have to agree with you on that, Michael. AT&T has a pretty bright outlook on its future, estimating more than $40 billion in shareholder returns over the next 3 years. So the company is now predicting its success due to its momentum into 5G and fiber services. Michael, do you think it's time that everyone invest in AT&T?
Before we talk about us investing in AT&T, let's talk about how AT&T has been investing in themselves for the past few years. They've upgraded their fiber and 5G lines, which I really believe is the future of the industry. Everybody wants faster internet. It's just a fact. And how about this? They're trying to gain more subscribers because people don't typically change their internet provider that often. So if they make these massive upgrades, it's going to be a great thing into the future. And one other important thing here is they're doing $10 billion in stock buybacks. That means they believe that there's value in the stock that the market hasn't seen yet. So this is definitely a stock to watch out for.
Yeah. And I think it's a really good point you make. People don't really change their internet provider. So once you're kind of in, you're in with whichever one you choose. Frontier Airlines is now introducing its plan to add first-class seating. So the budget airline introducing the high-class accommodations as part of the second phase of its, quote, New Frontier initiative. So in addition, the airline will also be adding free companion travel for elite and diamond members. So, Michael, the seats aren't actually expected to be added until the end of next year. Do you see Frontier's plan working? They are the budget airline, but it looks like they're making, some pretty big upgrades.
So Frontier's plan is very simple. They've decided they're going to continue to put their customers first. And that's really the important thing here. We see it over and over again with various companies out there, right? Chick-fil-A is known for always putting their customers first, and they're following suit with that. Even though they're a budget-friendly airline, there is a market for that. So let's talk about the first-class seats, right? They're only talking about adding about 8 seats per plane. That's not really moving the needle for anybody, and they're also late to the game on that. But what they're early to the game on is the companion seats. This is really a great thing that you could be a level in Frontier membership, and that could actually mean that you get free flights for your companion on a plane, and I think that's a really good thing. I think that's what budget-friendly airlines are all about.
Yeah, I see maybe some other airlines maybe wanted to copy that one a little bit. Michael Geltrude, it was so nice seeing you. It's been a while. Thank you for joining us this morning.